Okay, so a couple of things before we actually get into the adventure. The first thing that I would like to propose is something that I was thinking about over the weekend, and it's one of those brain worms that gets in. And even though I have with my rewrite, I'm very happy with it. Tweaks can happen, and sometimes I don't think of them until very late. So the one proposal I would like to do, and based off of a video I dropped yesterday and a conversation I had, it seems that Aaron and Anthony both kind of would agree to it, but this will be a democracy, and I'll get Jason's thoughts on it tomorrow. Is what would people think if I drop the physical beauty attribute out? What I would do is we would be using mental affinity to take over the charm and impress aspect of physical beauty. Physical beauty is not used for any requirement for a occupation. It doesn't give any bonuses whatsoever. It gives if you have higher than a 16 or higher as an attribute, it gives you a charm and impress, but it's not something that gives you bonuses to anything. What I would do for any character that has already been their attributes have been rolled for, I would give them an MA equal to whatever the highest is for physical beauty and or MA. So if your physical beauty is higher, I would make your MA your physical beauty score. If your MA was higher, I would leave it as is. I would probably go through some of the physical beauty, like the elf and the elves who have fives, and maybe give them something to, replace it.
Offset.
But that would allow you to choose. What I would do is there's four things that MA and physical beauty incorporate as percentages when you get a 16 or higher, which is trust and intimidate, which were tied to mental affinity, and charm and impress, which are tied to physical beauty. So if you get a 16 in that or higher, you could choose two of those four that apply to your character. So if you wanted to go with my mental affinity and my charisma type is based off of, beauty and me speaking well, then you might want to use charm and impress. But if you want to be more like a soldier and you like having that intimidation thing, maybe you want intimidation and impress. You don't really care if somebody trusts you. You want to impress them and you want to intimidate them. So you could then tailor that MA how you wish it to be. So is anybody directly opposed to me to removing physical
How
beauty?
would that work for performance skills? For
Perform
instance, Bob's Bard, you know, does it matter if he's good looking? I don't think you'd want an ugly bard.
It's based off of his voice. There's no skills in Palladium that are based off of attributes. So he probably has singing. He probably has play instrument. He probably has like public speaking. All of those are just skill and profession based.
Okay.
So physical beauty or MA, neither of them actually affect the roles. It's basically just how you choose to role play and the mechanics. There are some mental affinity. It's also your confidence, and magic in Palladium is based on your belief in you being able to do magic. So it's a base for magic points where physical beauty wasn't.
I do have one question,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Violetta has a battle wound, for lack of a better word, a major whatever, where it's major scarring, which reduced her physical beauty. How does
So
that impact?
I would look at that chart and see if it would reduce MA or not, or if I would just move it move the chart around so physical beauty MA isn't affected, I would, look at that.
Okay.
So, I mean, if we want to take a moment, I can, let's go to that section of, scrolled a little too far. Okay, so there is an 11 through 20 is major scarring, which would reduce physical beauty. Nothing reduces MA. So I would probably maybe have that as a -1 to MA because it would still affect your outward thing. Although it could be argued that it might be more intimidating. So I might adjust one of those, like it would adjust charm and impress and trust, but add to intimidate, something like that maybe.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Actually, no. I think she would still want. I think she'd still want the trust intimidate, but it may be easier at this point for her to intimidate than just get at people's trust.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll write that down, that I would need to adjust the permanent
Right. That was my one question out of the whole thing.
damage.
And quite frankly, as a note with my character, it does reduce her vulnerability to
Actually, I wouldn't reduce MA for the simple fact is I don't want that affecting
Get out of
magic
there.
points
spellcasters.
based off of your
Yeah.
physical appearance. So I would.
Oh.
I might just adjust everything, remove that as a permanent physical damage, and adjust all the other ones by a couple of points. So there would be a greater chance of actually not having permanent damage.
Nice. So how would I end up like re-rolling on my character?
On that, basically, I would have you re-roll depending on, like, a 50-50 chance of having no permanent damage, or the next one is legs impaired. Because depending on what you rolled for major scarring, it would either have been higher or lower. So
right,
it would be that.
All of my characters are slow. She's already pretty slow. What's her move? Where's that under? Is that under combat? Movement per round 45.
Wow.
So is anybody completely opposed for me removing physical beauty, switching to MA,
No.
and then adjusting that one permanent physical damage chart?
I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, having physical beauty as an attribute is kind of a relic of days gone by before they realized, hey, this doesn't do anything.
Right. It's like you take the dump stat of charisma and you turn it into something useful with mental affinity, and then you just replace it with another dump stat.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, the other thing for me is there was actually in one of the gaming sessions a debate because someone said that Nicole Kidman was the most beautiful actress, and someone else was like, "She's skanky, yuck," and it just like, and most people were somewhere in between, but it just like underscores how much personal taste is involved in attractiveness.
Right. And something that's pretty to a human might be ugly to an orc, and vice versa. Okay, so I will work on that. That's not something that we'll do immediately, but I did want to see if that would work.
Looking at my characters, Alessandria is equally at 45, but Groundon is showing as being at 8. 8 squares per round. Oh, that's squares per round. not
Squares,
per
yeah,
round.
Yep.
that shouldn't
Yep.
be there.
Yeah,
So
so
you can
that's 40
bring,
feet.
yeah,
40
I'll
feet
go
per
ahead and
round.
delete
Ah,
that.
there
That
it
is
is.
not wanted or needed. You apparently don't have the yards per the non-combat. So let me see if that is that. I might have deleted the wrong one. So let me move this one. Now
Yeah,
you have a movement per
that's it.
per minute for normal, so non-combat. So we adjusted that. So the current date, or the pre-game date, is January 22nd of 2012 RS. And as I wrote in the email, that I slightly made a mistake by. It's one of those where sometimes you want to leave on a cliffhanger, but then you realize that cliffhanger was probably not a good idea. And that's what I had done. And I talked with Jason and I sent an email to you. Gonsdor did, because there you had like 400 pounds of butchered meat that would spoil and start to rot and make his tower very unpleasant, that he was able to use a teleportation circle that links the towers that he controls to the one in Fallcrest, that then you could butcher or give it to the butcher, and for less money than just buying sausage, you could provide the meat and get the same amount at a discounted price, because you are going to need money for spices and things like that. So, am I correct to saying that Katunk gave 15 Solidi and Gron the other 85 to take it to the butcher and have the butcher finish it in about a week's time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Groton was offering up however much was wanted, but Groton seemed to dismiss that.
So what happens is those characters from Guardmore get back to Fallcrest, and as what was seen in the last episode of the portal opening in the sky and the colorful flying wagons pulled by horses and foxes with butterfly wings flying off to Fallcrest, you see, and let me actually bring up the Fallcrest map. I have so many maps now.
Notice.
Let's go to Fallcrest. Okay. So outside, if you see like 18 here,
Yep.
if everybody has moved across.
What
So
was the date again?
it is. This is happening on the 22nd of January of 2012 RS.
Okay.
This and I do have a note. At this day, Landon stops performing in Fallcrest, making money, and has 3,000 solidi
Yes.
from in total for his time entertaining in Fallcrest by juggling.
And he's like, okay, I'm ready to go adventuring again, and now a carnival comes to town.
Yes. So outside of Area 18, a bit, so not like directly outside, but a little, further down the way, enough room, a carnival has been set up. The FeyWild Carnival. And the elders of Fallcrest remark that they have not, that the carnival they had seen, and some of the, say, middle-aged and youth kind of joke and are like, you don't know what you're talking about, when they were like, in my days there was a carnival that came around every once in a while, and oh yeah, grandpa, stop being senile, that type of thing. But here it is, the carnival has arrived. And having said that, this happens when those characters come back and deliver the sausage. So, Sir Emery is taking people back pretty much, go drop the sausage off, pay for it, go back, teleport back to
Move on.
Gardmore, and continue. But if anybody wants to visit the carnival, they can visit the carnival, and if they want another character to swap out and go to Gardmore, that is fine. That is right now is when you would do that. But you will not be able to participate in both the next Gardmore session we have, or the same character can't do that, and the carnival session. Or sessions if it takes longer. It probably will take longer, so this will be a multi-part carnival. So what I need to know is, I'll go down the list. I'm assuming Bob is taking Sir Emery back because that's what he is.
Yup. I am indeed headed back.
Going back. He don't care about no carnival.
Nope.
Okay. Aaron, is Grouton going back?
Crown is going back. I'm going to go with Pioletta. A little bit surprised that Bob would rather take Rexius to the carnival than Sir Emery.
Okay,
I'll go with
so then Anthony, who would you go with?
Wow.
To Gardmore Gron.
Okay. And Landon for the carnival?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure Jason is taking Gonsdor back. I mean, he'll be needed to do the portal. And then I want to say he wanted to bring Triad into the carnival. And then we have Joe.
Lily's going to the carnival, and I'll send Cassius to Gardmore.
Okay, so Lily is going to flip out saying, hey, this carnival looks a lot more fun than all that crap we've been messing with in Gardmore.
Yeah. It's actually we'll put my cleric into Gardmore instead of Cassius. Might as
Oh,
well get
okay,
him
so
started off with
Mogwood or Maug, however you pronounce that. So, Sir Emery, a orc cleric of the sun god Ray, who is the same deity that the chief of the Blood Spears is a paladin of, offers to join your band to go to Gardmore.
Well, it seems like you'll fit right in. Come along, my friend.
And
I shall come along
Peter.
slowly.
Trolls stick together.
Okay, so Katunk is moving to Gardmore, and who are you having at the carnival?
My new character, Belinda.
Belinda. Okay. And Belinda was an Amazon, I believe?
Yes, an Amazon Ranger.
Okay. So,
Basically, she's a animal trainer.
okay. So we will switch over to carnival.
I just put a picture in Discord for
Okay. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Let me.
I download that.
So what I'll say is let's go ahead and take about a 10-minute break as I set up tokens onto the map and get this character portrait put into a token.
Here,
Thank you.
You know, let me work on. I can send you one real quick.
Recording again. So yes, you are at the entrance of the carnival. The and the FeyWild Carnival happens at night. So it will be for the next 8 hours. And basically what we'll do is I'll have kind of a turn order set up. Everybody on your character sheet, take off any stances and put no stance.
Yeah.
Click the no stance so that you'll be there. And then once we get a combat tracker, it won't necessarily be for combat, but it'll be so that I get to everybody and give equal time to everybody, because otherwise probably forget somebody. But as you arrive, you can look into the carnival, and it starts at night. But there are plenty of fairgoers and other people, from Fallcrest, even kids and stuff. It's like a holiday where they get to stay up all night, and that.
Eat
So
lots of junk food and get sick.
Yes, exactly. And this is happening that Sunday evening. So the Guardmore people have already gone back, but those who are in the carnival are going forward. So as you look at, you get to the entrance of the carnival, the first stars of the night are twinkling above an apricot sunset. You see giant dragonflies whirling overhead that are trailing streamers of multicolors, and there is a low mist that curls over the ground surrounding the carnival. In the amount of time, Lily would be the one that knows this. It's been very fast from when they burst out of that portal, flew to Fallcrest, and got completely set up in the span of like 3 to 4 hours. So there's something not mundane going on for this carnival. As I said,
No, it's just having good roustabouts.
Yeah, they have lots of good work hands.
Yeah, carnies.
Lots of good roadies. Carnies, yeah, carnies.
Carnies, yep.
Is there the smell of cabbage on the air?
So there is that low mist that curls over the ground surrounding the carnival, and through a floral archway, you glimpse wondrous and vibrant people and creatures. Certain things that you kind of catch your eye right off the bat is an elf, stilt walkers, there are dancing spritlings, painted performers of all kinds meeting your eyes in the distance. And everywhere there is laughter, there is like sparkling glitter dust, bubbles appearing in the air, and the wistful tune of a whistling calliope. Right.
Interested in animal acts.
So right here is the ticket booth. So there is a silver statue of a dancing fairy mounted on the roof of this ticket booth, and it's surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated wooden depiction of the night sky, kind of those old theater props where you have the moon and the sun on the turning, the wheel that kind of only part of it go up in the sky. So you see that type of animated wooden depiction of the night sky that has shooting stars arcing across it. In the booth itself is an elderly goblin perched up on the ticket counter, and he's peering at you through a spyglass, and he kind of lowers the spyglass, and you're also with other people from Fallcrest, so it's not just you. I just didn't want to have to put 100 other tokens on board. But he looks out at the crowd, and he cries out, "Greetings, fair goers! Step right up and buy your ticket. Only 8 solidi for a ticket, and it gives you 8 punches that you can use for the various attractions within the carnival. If you run out of punches, you have to buy a new ticket.
How many punches
Yeah.
does it give?
8 punches.
Hey,
That sounds great. Sign me up. Where's the ticket counter?
So the ticket counter is
there.
right
Right
there.
there. Boop.
Oh, there we are.
Well, I personally cannot wait. This is awesome.
Right.
So
Gold is
Rexia
worth
stands
10 gold.
up. He pays his 8 solidi. He gives you a quite large ticket. It's about the size of, say, the Willy Wonka golden ticket. You know,
Right on.
and it has these 8 stars on it. You know, at the bottom where you get the the little
Mhm.
puncher thing. When they do that, he gives you that. He also pulls out a carnival map, so you know where to go. And he also then since he's sitting on the actual counter, he turns around, kind of his head goes like, between his legs as he's bending over underneath the counter, and he pulls out these cloth colorful butterfly wings and hands them to you.
All right, that seems legit.
He goes, "That's how we know you paid for the ticket."
Wait, these are like full size? Like
These are like full-size butterfly wings that you can strap on like a backpack.
I mean, obviously we're going to do that.
And instead of like getting your hand stamped or a little, hard paper wristband type thing, you get to wear butterfly wings.
Fuck yeah.
Does it look like I'll start digesting it?
No.
Okay.
So, do you put on the butterfly wings?
Obviously.
So you put on the butterfly wings, and immediately they kind of fit you, and they actually don't feel really off or anything. You thought, oh great, these flapping, if they flap, it's going to be feeling kind of strange. They don't really feel strange. You don't feel like they're encumbering you at all, but you do notice that any weapons that you are carrying turn into wooden variations of that weapon.
Okay.
So, like, if you had a sword, it becomes a wooden sword. You have a
Okay.
dagger.
So I got a bunch of wooden knives on me now. Groovy.
Right. It's like, and he does say I want you to enjoy the carnival, but we do have rules. There are no fighting and no disruption of other people's happiness. Welcome to the FeyWild Carnival. And then
Why?
motions
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
into it. So as you can move up to the there seems to be you guys are from Fallcrest. There was not any type of little stream or river, but now there kind of is, and there is a bridge that crosses it. On the other side of the bridge, there is a 12-foot tall walking tree that is garlanded with golden ribbon that is kind of standing at the edge of the bridge. And it like tosses stuff out and people grab it. So Rexius, give me a 1d8 roll.
Yeah.
A 7.
Yeah.
So a dandelion seed, like a large dandelion seed, you know how they're like the little puff things, the little spores, but it's like gigantic, falls in front of, right at your feet for you to pick up if you want.
Hell yeah, that's mine now.
So you pick it up and it turns into a gold piece,
Wow.
which is 200 solidi.
Boink. Got it.
And then he
Okay.
welcomes you into the carnival.
Why, thank you very much.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get a tracker going. So I think I have to get somebody on it. So I will put Rexius up on it. So everybody else can just give me initiative just so we have a number to go by.
Should we add ourselves to the combat tracker?
Yes, add yourself to the combat tracker. Roll your initiative, and so that way I can just get everybody on. Turn
All right.
yourself green once you are on.
Boop.
Okay, so Violetta's in the position of she has 5 soldi and 6 gold.
Oh,
Do
wow.
they have change for a gold?
No, Bob was the one that got the dandelion seed. Nobody else.
Right, he's
No,
saying he
no.
doesn't have enough for the ticket.
Oh, okay. He needs some exchange.
Yeah.
That's fine. They'll give you, they'll make change, give you some silver and copper to work it out. Okay, so I am going to adjust Rexius since he was 21. Haha, so.
Thank you, sir.
So, Lily, you are next in line.
I pay my 8 and
So the goblin, reaches under his legs, pulls out some butterfly wings for you. They are, your size, and also gives you the map. Your bow turns into like a little toy bow with a plunger at the end of the arrows.
okay.
And any of your knives turn into little wooden knives. And as I said, you got the map, and then as the walking tree is throwing seeds out to people, give me a D8 as well. Okay. So you also get a dandelion seed that turns into a gold piece.
Nice.
Thanks.
And then you can enter the carnival and move it down to Landon, who is next in line.
All right.
So we go through the same thing. If anybody speaks, the goblin pulls out a horn that he places to his ears and is like, what did you say? What did you say? Say it again, please, so I can hear ya. And then you can get your map, your butterfly wings, have your weapons turn into toy weapons, and then roll a d8. A6. Lots of gold pieces are being presented to people.
I mean, it's already been worthwhile coming, man. This is all right. I mean, we could turn around and go home now. We've made money off of this.
Watch me roll a 1 and get 1
That's
gold.
assuming that it stays a gold piece.
So you can move it to Violetta. And Violetta can...
Yep. Pops down a gold piece, says pretty loudly, "Sorry."
Nope.
Puts down the gold.
What'd you say? What'd you say? It's 8 solidi.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. So he switches out. He'll give you the what would it be? 3 silver and 42 copper.
Okay.
To make up for the difference. And then you can roll your d8 to see if you get a gold piece.
Silver and 42, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me go ahead and roll a d8.
A little girl.
Yep.
Yes, you do. A lot of these. And then you can move it on to Belinda.
Okay, I pay my 8. I have a bow and a whip. The whip's made out of leather. What's going to happen to that?
It turns into a paper whip, kind of like those the little finger cuff type
Right.
things. It turns into that type of thing.
Okay.
And you also get a gold piece. None of the
All
other
right.
cool prizes were given. There was like 4 different prizes, and everybody rolled the same numbers.
He got she got a gold piece as well.
Yes. So I mean, they're dandelion. They're these huge freaking dandelion seeds that they land in front of you, and then when you pick them up, the little tuft, the little white tuft at the top of it, kind of dissipates into the wind, and then the seed itself kind of opens up, and within the middle of it is a gold coin.
Kind of reminds me of like a parasol or something.
Yeah, something to that effect. But within the seed, it kind of cracks open on its own, and it has a gold coin in it. So if you look at your map, it kind of also tells you what's going on. You're free to visit any of the anywhere on the in the carnival that is open to the general public. Not the area that is designated as staff only. You can go to different places at the big top, which is here. At the big top, every hour on the hour, there is a performance that is free. It doesn't take a whole punch that you can go and look there. Also, after the performance is done, for the next 30 minutes, then if anybody themselves wishes to try to perform or do something and entertain people, that is allowed, kind of like a talent show contest. If you want, you don't have to. And you don't have to go to the big top, but you can if you wish, as well as the many other various rides and attractions you can visit at your leisure. So we can get everybody over that bridge. That would be cool.
It's cool. Rexius is always cool.
And then I will flip it to the next round. And then we'll go in this order, because it's going to always go back to what Rexius rolled and not what I typed. So Lily, where do you want to go? Where are you first going to walk to?
Let's see. First thing, I know a little bit about how the carnivals are set up, so I know they have one of the uh, game booths where you like throw the ball and try to knock down the milk bottles, which are of course weighted atrociously.
So
I'm
you're
going
going
to
to
see
be
if I can
moving
actually,
towards the game area.
yeah, going toward the games and seeing if I can
So
kind of
up here, this whole line of tents, that starts from here and goes to here.
Yep.
Those are
Yep.
various games of chance that you can move your token to. And
No. Games of skill, dude.
Skill. Games of
Games
skill.
of skill.
Oh yes,
There's
plenty
no
of skill
Luck has
involved in
nothing to
setting
do
up
with
the
this.
games.
So, what we'll do is we'll move everybody, and then we'll go back in order and get everybody, say what they're seeing, in case multiple people go to the same area. So then go ahead, Landon, and what are you what either looks on the map like a place that you would go, or something that you kind of, hey, carnivals usually have this. Where would I go for this?
How long before the next show at the big top? Like you said, it's every hour.
There's kind of right now is kind of an hour of pre-entry before it's actually kind of the first hour. So you
Okay.
have about an hour to do other things before the first official hour, and then there's 8 official hours.
All right, I'll go to the gaming area.
Okay. And Violetta.
Violetta's actually just going to stick with Rexius for now. He's the one person here that she actually has done anything with.
Okay, so Rexius, where are you going with a tag along of Violetta?
Sweet. This over here is this performance stage, right?
Yes, that is the big top.
I mean, obviously, we're going here.
Okay.
Boop.
That was
There's
way
only
past
one.
my max move.
Okay, and then that would leave Belinda.
Are there any animal acts?
Nothing like right out in the open. There might
Okay.
be some that appear in the big top at one of the hours, but it's not like there's an ongoing animal act that you can see.
Okay. Well, in that case, she'll stick with Rexius and the people going to the big top.
Okay, so let's deal with those who went to the games first. So various games that they have at the FeyWild Carnival are you have your ring toss, which the it has the wooden rings, but you're throwing them over what appears to be wooden unicorn horns.
Okay.
So they have a ring toss. They also have a game similar or where they blindfold you, they turn you around in a circle and you have to pin the tail on the dragon. They
Okay.
have a
Nice.
poetry contest where people have a poetry battle. They
Right.
have goblin wrestling, where they have 8 goblin wrestlers who will wrestle any individual at the same time. So it's kind of like when Andre the Giant went up against a bunch of little people. They have a line of chickens where you get to guess the number of feathers on a specific chicken. And in a booth that I'm just giving this for the size category, not for what it looks like, but the size of, say, an outhouse or a Johnny on the Spot, a building colorfully painted of that, and a Cyclops is hunched over, squeezed inside of it, and it is outstare the Cyclops.
Yes.
So, which one of these games would you like to participate in, Lily?
Is pin the tail
I'll
on the
go.
dragon? Is the pin the tail on the dragon use a real dragon?
No, it does not use a real dragon.
Let's see.
But it is a 3D like stuffed animal dragon, not a taxidermist dragon, but a stuffed furry, animal dragon. It's not like a picture on the wall. And they spin
Okay.
that as well as they spin you.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna go with the ring toss.
Okay, for the
Okay.
ring toss, you can give me just give me a roll that's a strike. You could use, say, a knife throwing skill. Some type of weapon proficiency that would be
Yeah.
a throwing that you are using in place of the ring.
Yeah.
Also, Lily, the cards disappeared from you. You are too far away from um, Sir Emery to have those cards.
Gotcha. Well, I I will. Yeah. I guess the next time I'm around Sir Emery, I can pick them up again. But
Mm-hmm.
Might want to make a note of it.
yeah.
You don't know how, but it didn't work. And it takes a punch. So they punch one of your tickets punches, and it's like you thought it would be easy, and it wasn't.
Ah.
Landon, what are you thinking about doing as a game?
And the ring toss was the only throwing game, right?
Right, there was a ring toss. There's a pin the tail on the dragon. A poetry rap battle, goblin wrestling, guess the number of feathers, and outstaring the Cyclops.
Would I use Sing for the poetry rap battle?
You could use sing, public speaking, something like that. I would allow.
Sure, we'll try it.
Mm.
It would be non-stressful. Well, no, actually, I'm going to have this stressful because you're dissing on somebody else
Yes, I love
that
that.
is doing poetry back at you.
Agreed.
I'm looking to see if I have anything else first, but I think Sing is the better of the. It might be the only option.
It's one of those rap competitions.
Yes. It's a rap battle.
Freestyle.
Be making my way over there soon.
So let me do a roll for the other person. Yeah, they just really slam you. It's just not even fun.
All right.
You are you have they got a body. And that took a punch. So we will move over. Actually, in the same amount of time, you could do a couple of games. So Lily, if you wanted to either try the same game or something else, there is enough time for you to do that. And you're doing other stuff. We're just not gonna get into the minutia of like every time you play. So it was like you played a few games of ring toss and didn't really win anything. And Landon was very humiliated when some poetry dissed him really bad.
Let's see. Trying to think. Other games. I remember there was the Outsteer the Cyclops, which I know Lily can't do.
There was guess the number of feathers, goblin wrestling. They would only have one goblin wrestle you.
Yeah.
Poetry contest, the pin the tail on the dragon, and the ring toss.
I'll go for the pin the tail on the dragon.
Okay, so on that one, give me 3d6 versus your physical prowess. Just roll the 3d6. Don't worry about. I might have even tried to get rid of all that, all the other stuff that got broke in one of the Foundry versions. Oh,
Sure.
I think that's a.
Get out of there.
I'm assuming that is a pretty good success.
Yeah, since her physical prowess is like 17.
Yes. So you won pin the tail on the dragon. So give me a D8 to see what prize you earn or have won.
Job.
An 8. So you are given as your prize a hand puppet that is a wizard. You know, with the pointy hat and the bright color stars and swirling purples and blues and yellows in it. And it's a really awesome prize. You can use it to cast the Mystic Illusion spell at 2nd level.
Badass.
How?
And you get 3 uses of it before it runs out. So you have this wizard casting illusion spells through puppetry.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
And then Landon, back to you.
I guess I will try the ring toss.
Okay.
And we should be in stance none for this, right?
Actually, you could switch to throwing stance. I forgot to tell Lily that. Would that have added anything?
Cool. Quite a bit, probably.
For me, at level 1, no. But
Put Lily into the throne stance and roll, and I'll look at the bonuses and see if that helped any. I doubt it. But
yeah, I think I rolled pretty poorly on the thing, but yeah. So let's see. There we go.
Yeah, there's
Well,
like one different bonus that was to it, so it wouldn't have helped. But yes, you
yeah.
if you're doing the throw, I forgot you can do the toss for that.
Mhm.
So Landon, you can put yourself in the throwing stance and try the ring toss. That would add like you're targeting any occupational, any thrown combat, PP bonuses, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Add
trying to
to.
remember how to do this.
So do you have like a knife, a T for the knife?
Yeah, I'm hitting the macro.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how that works.
Yes.
The macro might
I
be
just
broken.
I just click the die on the character sheet. It's easier.
Okay, you succeeded.
All right.
You think those unicorn horns are kind of moving. Maybe something's wearing them under the table, and they kind of just move a little bit. But yes, you won a prize, so you can roll a d8 to see what your prize is. And you probably end up with a gloved wizard puppet because everybody's winning the same things. And you won a gloved wizard puppet. So yes, you also yours is different colors. You know how they're
Right.
at a carnival or whatever there will be different color stuffed animals. But so you have a different colored gloved wizard puppet, but it also can cast Mystic Illusion at second level. I believe it's a fourth level spell. It's cast at second level, and it can have 3 uses before the magic runs out.
Mystic illusion, you said?
Mystic Illusion. It is a spell magic. And that also took a punch. So you've both used 2 punches. So now we will go over to the 3 people at the big top. The big top actually does not require punches.
Hell yeah, making a good deal on this one.
And so you
Check it out.
go up to the carnival big top, and the roof of this tent reaches towards the night sky in 3, because it's like a 3-ring circus, 3 swooping peaks topped with spinning golden stars, kind of like weather vanes spinning around. There are painted wooden panels along the tent walls that whirl with colorful motion, displaying vibrant circle performances showing up. And you know how, like, if you go somewhere, it's like next act, and hour whatever. So it says hour 1 act, the Firefly Circus. And there's sound of music and laughter, continually going around, coming from the canvas door as other people are, doing their own act. So when you walk in, they're like a viewer or talent.
Uh,
Viewer?
Talent, definitely.
Okay, so Violetta goes over and sits with the crowd. Rexius, you are directed back to the costume room, and
Okay.
they say you can open one of these crates, and if you wish, you can use one of the like whatever's in one of these crates. But it's a random crate, so you don't know what you're gonna get.
Um,
Was he allowed to bring his instrument in?
Yes, he was,
sure. All right.
and the instrument did not change.
Okay.
So if you do, you want to open a crate, or are you just going to go on your own?
Now hold on. What's the commitment here? Like, if I open the crate, then I have to wear this costume?
No, you open the crate, there will be something in it, and then if you wish to use it in your performance, you may.
All right. Well, then obviously, yeah. Of course, we're going to open a crate. Yes.
Okay, so you open a crate, give me that D8 roll.
So see what
And
crate everyone opens.
you open it up, and it is the front and rear halves of a 2-person unicorn costume. You don't have to use it. There's nothing saying you have to use it. It's just if you wish to use it, you may do so.
No, I think I'm not going to be using this unicorn.
You could wear the
Okay.
back half and be the ass end.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be the front half, have one of the non-performers wear the back half, and you just do your thing, and they follow along behind.
So you go. It's your time to go up on stage. So you can use one of your skills, whatever you wish to use for your talent contest.
Yep, that's what we're going to do. I think he's going to play one of his new songs. This one's going to be Blood Demon.
Okay.
Yeah. And yep. So yeah, so he's gonna sing. Now we haven't discussed like does the mandolin forged in the flames of hell itself do anything special?
It wasn't forged, but it was enhanced by the flames of hell.
Okay, all right.
So what this
I have no idea what that does, but I'm ready to sing.
Well, now you know what it does, because let's see. If we go to Rexius, what you do is, if you look on your main page, see under variables where it says modifiers, and there's that drop-down list.
Yep.
It counts as a positive medium, so you are going to
medium.
get a medium bonus to
Okay.
any of your skill rolls that you do while using.
Right on. Well, here comes the singing check. Boom.
Oh yeah, so you get the crowd rile up as you're playing what was it
It's called Blood Demon.
Yes.
It's based on the song Big Bottom by Spinal Tap.
Okay.
It's the same song. It's the same sounds. Is that? It's the same theme, but of course, lyrics are different.
Right.
Blood demon, blood demon.
It was a mandolin that you're using. Is that
Yes,
what it? Okay,
a rockin',
yeah,
a loud rockin' mandolin.
As you start, playing the mandolin, the flames shoot higher out of it in case people. Let's see. I want to say I updated it. Rexius. So if we look at Rexius number 1, and let's show that to players just to show everybody. If you go to the 1, so the first one's 0, but if you click on 1, it shows
Here's
the
there he is with the lyre. Yep.
With the next one. So over to the
Rexius 1.
You click Rexius 1. He has a mandolin. It has the fire all blazing out. So yes.
And the strangely phallic
tail.
The
That's
tail.
He can play the mandolin with his tail. He can pick it. So yes. So that was successful. Now it's a talent show. You're not winning a prize like the games were, but you got the whole big top. It's kind of like on America's Got Talent, where you get the whole, everybody's, standing and chanting and that. So you raise the mood of the carnival.
Right on.
And then, Belinda, you were going to do an act?
Yeah.
So do you wish to open a crate and see what might be in the crate?
Why not?
So
got nothing to lose.
Right, you don't have to use it.
1d8.
1d8. So you find in your crate that you open is, a waistcoat with the tails, and there is in the pocket there are silk handkerchiefs tied together.
Oh. Okay, I'll use it.
Okay, so you put on the little coat with the tails, kind of like the ringmaster.
Yep.
That's colorful. And what are you going to be doing for your performance?
Well, I would do ventriloquism, but I've only got a 8 in that. So I think my better chance with an 18 is dance.
Okay.
And I'll use the scarves as part of the dance.
Okay, so it's one of those where you keep pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out
Yep.
and pulling out, and there's like 100 of them tied together.
Yep.
So on your first page, you can count it as, if you look at the modifiers,
Yep.
then you can put it as, let me see what they're called again. They are a positive major.
Ooh.
Wow.
You can
Okay.
add that. So you can, adjust it, choose that, and then hit your skill roll and see if you are successful or not.
Holy cow.
Oh, you
I
can't.
rolled a 99.
You can dance and you can pull scarves from a pocket, but you can't dance and pull scarves from a pocket.
I get them out to a certain length and I trip over them.
Yeah, you trip over it. The the big cane comes out and grabs you and pulls you off stage, and everybody's
Did you
like,
just lower the mood?
"Bring back the Teufeling!" And the mood goes down.
I had a great
Oh
bonus,
yeah, it was a great modifier there.
Not
But-
quite great enough. Actually, is
not when-
Palladium.
not when you roll a 99.
Yeah, is there the rule in this that you can't improve something beyond 95?
No, because I have modifiers that could be negative, so I don't use the Palladium rule as things max at 99.
Well,
And
what
if
I
you
was
have
saying-
higher, if you get higher than 100, you just succeed. I don't think
Okay,
you should
cool.
fail for stuff that you're that good at. So yeah, the other, others are doing talent contests and stuff, and then hour one starts. So this was kind of the pre-festivities, and then there is actual the first hour. So on to the stage of the big top for the next 15 minutes before there's another talent contest. There is a firefly circus that is conducted by a troll dressed as a djinn. And the fireflies, they do kind of like you have the flea circus. This is a firefly circus, and from their glowing, actual fire comes out. So they're little fireballs that puff out, and they do little flight patterns, or they sit on little bitty tiny bicycles that go across a little string from one side to the other side. But yes, it is a tiny firefly circus managed by a troll dressed as a djinn. So we will move to the first hour, hour one. Let me check this to see if this gives anything else. Okay, you got that. So we'll go back up to Lily for the second hour. Where would you like to go?
Second hour.
Or sorry, first hour, first real hour, hour one.
Chill out. I will check out the for the First real hour. Hit the main big
you're
show and then Tri-Town.
Going to the big top?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, you get there while the Firefly Circus is going, and then we'll go to Landon.
What is this up here?
Do you want to go check?
Yeah, sure.
So you can move yourself up there. And then Fioletta, are you just going to continue to follow Rexius?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Rexius, where are you going?
I heard there's a rap battle thing, and I'm gonna totally go do that.
So Fioletta can go up to the games area.
Yep. It's not what she's going to be doing, but she'll go up to that area.
And then Belinda.
Gonna follow Rexius.
Okay. So, Lily's at the big top. Hey, Jay. Are you going to use Triad for the carnival?
Yes.
Okay, let me get you a token. So you get there a little late. The rest of the group has gone there. There was kind of an hour of pre-festivities that were happening, so they went and bought their tickets, and that once you load into Foundry, you will see Triad kind of in the middle of the right side. Oh, I guess I already put you have two Triads. I will erase the one Triad. And I might have erased somebody from the tracker. So if Lily could put herself back on the tracker, and I will put Triad on the tracker. When you get your character sheet pulled up, could you just give me initiative so I can just go through people so I don't forget people or get hung up on somebody for too long?
Yep.
And did I completely erase Lily's token as well? Or did Joe might have done that?
I didn't erase the token, but
I don't see your token. Could you
yeah.
ping where the token is?
Well, I know where the token was. It's just I don't see the token on the map now.
Yeah, that's what I think. Something happened. So let me bring that token back to the big top, and let's put her
There we go.
into the combat tracker and get stuff set up. So as you you get to the carnival, you come across the entrance, and you see it is to the east of Fallcrest, but you've lived in Fallcrest enough, Triad's lived in Fallcrest enough that there are not any streams, but there seems to be this stream that is surrounding the carnival. And the carnival edges have kind of a low, silvery, glistening mist that is curling up around the ground. And right in front of the bridge that gets you into the carnival is a ticket booth. And in the ticket booth is a elder goblin that is sitting on the ticket counter. And he is looking at people coming towards the carnival with a spyglass. And then once they get close, he puts down the spyglass and he pulls up a horn and puts it to his ear. And he is selling tickets. A ticket is 8 solidi. You get a ticket that is about as big as a Willy Wonka, the golden ticket.
Golden ticket? Uh-huh.
At the bottom of it is 8 little stars that can get punched out. So you have 8 punches. And various activities and rides in the carnival cost a punch. If you use all 8 and you want more, you have to go back and buy a ticket, another ticket.
Okay.
But it's 8 solidi. So if you have 8 solidi and wish to buy a ticket, you buy a ticket.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so you
Well, let's see. Do I have?
hopefully you have 8 solidi.
I'm looking.
Well, he should because he got money from the
yeah,
I got
but
gold
Well of
coins.
Hell.
You should have
Yeah.
gold.
it would be 8
Yeah.
copper or okay. So you give them the 8 solidi. You then are able to he gives you the ticket. He gives you he reaches his because he's like crouched over or crouched on this this tabletop, the ticket booth counter. And he kind of like bends over, his head goes between his legs on the other side of the counter like he's pulling something out from under the counter, and he looks at you, he looks at what's in his hands, he shrugs, and he gives you a pair of butterfly wings that are in a harness, kind of like to strap over your own wings. Or, kind of between your own wings, so you have your real feathery wings and then these cloth fake butterfly wings. And he says, that's to prove that you bought the ticket. Otherwise, they'll escort you back out.
Okay. Okay. So I try to put the wings on me.
So you put the wings on, and it's really strange because you have wings and you're putting fake wings over them. You have this harness. You think that it would feel very uncomfortable, but it doesn't. But you can't fly.
That's a bullshit.
And
I can't fly.
And
you're gonna walk
Okay.
around in the carnival. But you not a but. In addition, I think you have like a couple of rapiers.
Yes.
Your rapiers turn into wooden rapiers. If you have any knives or other weapons, they turn into toy versions of those weapons. And if you had brought your shield, it turns into a trash can lid. Because the two main rules for you to know is there are no fighting and no getting other people upset at the carnival. The carnival is happy and merry for everybody.
so my shield turned into a
Perfect.
trash can lid too.
Oh yes, I forgot. If you brought your shield to a carnival, it is now a trash can lid.
Okay. I know how to fix it if I need to.
And like if you see Lily, because Lily's out there, if you see her bow and arrow has become a toy bow with the arrows that have the plungers on the end. And he also gives you a map of the carnival, kind of like a you get when you go to an amusement park. So
Amusement park. Yep.
where you can go. So then what you do is you would cross the bridge, and when you get to the other side of the bridge, there is this 12-foot tall walking tree that is throwing seeds out to people that are quite big, like large versions of seeds, and they land in front of people, and people pick them up, and so far everybody, all the other group people have had that seed turn into a gold coin. But you get to roll a d8 to see if you stay on the gold coin streak or if you get something else. You get something else!
Yeah, of course I do!
You get to permanently improve one of your mental attributes by 1.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
So
We need Grouton to buy 10 of those.
So you get a
Ooh.
sycamore seed, lands in front of you. You pick it up, it cracks open, and this glitter, this golden red mixture of glitter, like just burst out like you had a glitter bomb, and then it soaks into your skin, and your one of your mental attributes is permanently increased by 1. So you get to choose which one of them. So that would be IQ, ME, or MA.
MA. Ooh. So a 16 gives bonuses.
Yes. So if you're upping something from a 15 to a 16, you'll be able to
16.
give yourself some bonus.
Yeah, Grouton would definitely, if he got 10 of them, would definitely increase his MA by 10.
And then he'd have like a 11.
Well, his MA is actually not as nearly as low. I think it's like a 10. It is a 10. So he'd be really likable.
I like. So mental endurance.
Okay, so yeah, your mental endurance, and this is an absolute permanent thing, so you don't have to put any notes, for it to like go away if something gets cast on you or after X many days or anything.
Okay.
And we thought we had all gotten lucky.
Wow.
And then you can move your token to. You can either look at the map and determine, hey, this looks like something neat I want to look at, or like Joe said, most carnivals have, an area where you can do games of skill, as Bob or Rexius said, not games of chance, but games of skill, or something like that. So if you want to move your token or tell me where there might be something like, oh, there's usually a carousel in a carnival or something like that.
Where I can't find my token. Oh, okay. That. Still don't see
that?
it. No. Oh, I see you pinging it, but I don't see
Like right
my
there.
token there.
Does anybody else see the token
Hmm.
of Triad?
Right
here?
where? Yeah, I see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let me refresh.
Oh yeah, there.
Right there.
Up by the entrance. Yeah.
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 I guess he saw that where people were pinging, but did not actually see his. And
Yeah.
Rexius whips out his crossbow and shoots somebody.
What?
Or you can just ping on the map and I'll move your token.
Okay.
Where would you like to go
It's still
for the
refreshing.
first? Okay. So everybody else had actually moved, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting to figure out where Triad goes for the first hour. While you're refreshing at the big top, every hour, there is a performance
Oh, there I am.
that is done, and then for about 30 minutes they open up the stage for people to perform. And then they take about 15 minutes to like clean up and get ready for the next act, and so that is an hourly thing. So
what the purple thing?
yes, the purple thing is that's kind of where the giant tree guy who throws
Okay.
seeds, where he kind of like walks around and makes sure everybody gets their seed.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that is. So you can move past that if you want to another uh, area.
Down south of that, just south.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go from there. So Lily at the big top.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a spectator or talent?
I'll go for talent.
Okay. Um, so again, they offer. You can look in this chest, this crate, or whatever that will be given to you. You can use it if you wish. You do not have to use it.
Okay.
If you want to roll a d8, and most of the rolls here are going to be d8s.
Okay.
So okay, they give you what appears to be a real dagger until you kind of like touch it, like is why is this real? And you realize it's a retractable dagger.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I might be able to work that in.
Okay,
So,
so what type of act is Lily going to perform?
juggling.
Juggling. Okay.
Yep.
So is it just an automatic thing or is it percentage? I can't remember how I changed it. I guess it's automatic.
I think it's like an automatic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the only role that I remember seeing is if somebody else tries to do it, not if the juggler tries to do it.
Okay, so you can get up to you start off with 6 items and 1 additional item at every odd level thereafter. So how many things are you going to be juggling?
So it's just
You'll do the 6.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you can do more, but then you start having to make rolls versus PP. So
Yeah.
you automatically
Oh,
do it, or
actually, how bad is the roll? I mean, if it's yeah.
basically you get a standard base number that is 6 plus 1 for every additional odd afterwards. So 6 at level 1, 7 at level 3, and
Mhm.
then you can start making rolls of d6s of 1d6 versus PP per additional item.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go ahead and do a 7 since I'm carrying 6 knives on me, and then the one that was in the thing, so that'll be 7 total. So
Okay. So you're throwing around 6. You get the first one and it's a wooden knife. You get the second one, it's a wooden knife. You get the third one, it's a wooden knife. And then you get to the 7th one and everybody thinks it's a real knife. And they're like, oh, the danger. Oh.
you,
And you raise the mood by 1.
yeah, yeah. My ending trick is going to involve, when I'm catching the knives and putting them up, catching the retractable dagger, so that it looks like I cut it the wrong way and it goes straight into my hand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we will move to Landon. So you get up here, and it is an orchard. There is music and mirth radiating from this place. Heady scents of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. There are stilt walkers that are plucking fruits from trees, magicians drumming, piping, and strumming on instruments, and everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. And they're getting ready for a fairy cupcake eating contest.
If that's
Huh.
PE based, that's when I should be at.
Okay. Sure. Sounds like fun.
So you will participate in this hour's cupcake eating contest. So this one is a punch. So marking
Alright.
down another punch for you. And it's really easy. Just simply eat as many cupcakes as you can in 1 minute. And you can't use your hands, of course, because it's a eating contest.
Right.
So you take your PE, divide by 5, round it down. And similar to how Lily was doing juggling, after that, you can eat an additional cupcake for every 1d6 you wish to check versus your PE.
So what was the initial one? I'm sorry.
Is your PE divided by 5 round down?
Alright, so 2.
So you start with a base of 2. If you want to add more, you can roll dice. For every d6 that you succeed under your PE, you can stuff another cupcake in your gullet.
Oh, sure. We'll go for a total of 5, so 3d6.
Okay, 3d6 versus PE.
I succeed at being under.
Okay, so yeah, you gobble up a 5. I will do a roll to see what the highest outside of you is, and you win the cupcake eating contest. Congratulations!
Whoa! Woo!
Looking a little green, probably eating 5 cupcakes in a minute.
You are given a fairy cupcake.
So I look even greener for a second.
You don't have to eat it, and it will stay with you as long as you want. It won't go bad. It will not rot or mold or anything. And when you eat it, you consume it, it acts as a level 3 invisibility spell.
No.
Nice.
All right.
And you can also give me a perception roll. Like I said, there's music and people eating and drinking and that. The person that seems to be doing the best musically is a Gelfkin that is playing a lyre. So there's just kind of notice, you're bobbing your head, and not too much because you just ate 5 cupcakes. And,
Yeah.
and they're the big ones, It's not the little ones that you make in the tin. It's like the ones that you go to the specialty shop and
Right.
buy. So quite
I'm
large.
looking for milk, actually, at this point.
They have some milk there along with the mead. It has little golden sparkly things in it, but it tastes like milk. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm sure.
So, Violetta, Rexius, and Belinda, you are at the games. So, to reiterate the different types of games, there are your unicorn ring toss, your pin the tail on the dragon, where they spin both you around, and a stuffed dragon without a tail around. And then you have to pin the tail on it. There is the poetry rap battle. There is goblin wrestling. Guess the number of feathers on the chicken and outstare the cyclops.
I am looking at goblin wrestling.
Okay, goblin wrestling. So they're gonna sick 4 goblins to wrestle you.
Okay.
And it has like the 4, the squared circle. It has the ropes and everything like pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kind of rolling your eyes at.
Violetta, medium size but rock, and 4 goblins with their tights and their boots, their laced boots, jump up. A couple of goblins just have the trunks that look like speedos, but the other two have the strap that goes across the shoulder as well. And what I need from you is just to give me, without weapon bonuses, if you have like a punch attack roll, just a natural attack roll, so it won't add weapon proficiencies into it, and you can put yourself into the hand-to-hand stance.
Oh, hand-to-hand general.
Yep.
Sweet. Make sure that I've got stance none turned off. And here is my punch. Hold on. As soon as I can get that.
Ooh, it's a tie. I'm gonna need another roll. Somebody was disqualified, like a goblin, like sat on your face and farted or something.
I can't imagine that's a real disqualification.
Well, I mean, this is the FeyWild Carnival. So, it's going, the goblin gets up there, farts in your face, they kind of break it apart, and then they just dogpile you, bring you down, they give you the 3 count, 1, 2, 3, and Fioletta loses to the goblins.
And that was a punch, right? From my
Yeah,
ticket.
that was a punch from your ticket.
I'm not sure that there's any of these that she'd have a better shot at.
So, Rexius was interested in the poetry rap battle.
Absolutely.
Okay, so give me something like singing or public speaking, and we'll see how that goes.
This is
change your modifier because this is freestyle, so no instruments.
I can't play my instrument. Okay.
Nope, this is freestyle.
Fine.
You got a body. So you can roll your D8 to figure out if you also get a gloved wizard puppet. You do not get a gloved wizard puppet. Instead, you get a magical face paint set.
Sweet.
One
Seems
use,
about right.
and it works as the disguise spell.
All right.
The whole gloved wizard puppet just reminds me of the Order of the Stick.
Yeah.
The Bard's puppet, Banjo the clown.
Then we'll move on to Belinda.
She is going to go for the wrestling as well.
Okay, so do some goblin wrestling. They will also have 4 goblins wrestle you. So if you have some natural wrestling, you can click off of your no stance or stance none, add your hand-to-hand stance, and then if there's like a punch or a kick or something, you can use that. Press that button.
Do I have?
Theoretically, I could have used a combat point.
Yeah,
and not been taken down. But
you could have if you wanted to use that.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
So see where it says H punch? That's what you would roll.
Oh, okay. Get on the right thing here.
On your combat page.
Yep. Okay.
Switch off of your stance none.
Yep.
So,
hand to hand.
And
Ranger.
then do your hand to hand that you're going to use.
Okay.
But you need to, yep. And then you can click that punch and see how you roll. Oh, these goblins are good. These goblins are good. They pin you. They don't even need to resort to farting.
Oh, yeah. The official story is when you
And
talk about
and
guys
and
ashes get the cloud spell.
apparently Lily's on the side groaning about how fast the goblins took you down. Since there's more people involved, you for the rest of the time, you won't get 2 turns at the games. You'll only get 1 turn. But Rexius successfully got his prize at the games, and then we will move down to Jason.
Yeah.
So do press stance none. That will
Okay.
get you at least a zero, or it gives you a 1 action, so you don't get passed up.
Okay.
So
you
we're only 1 turn at the games.
One turn at the games for now on. Basically, when people were still trickling in at the beginning before the carnival's first hour officially took place, then there was a chance to do more, but now there's just a lot of people in line to do the various games, so you only have, standing in line and stuff takes a bit. So as you're walking around this area, a lot of it's just like colorful statues and bright lights that are shining in that. But near you see this really large teapot here. Do you see that, Jay?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's teapot. Okay.
So you kind of like, meander along over to this teapot, because that kind of looks interesting. And there's also an area over here that also looks a bit interesting. But by the teapot, there is a 20-foot tall porcelain teapot that is sitting on a wooden platform. Its surface is painted with whirling and moving imagery of flying dragons that are breathing streams of bubbles. At the base of the teapot is a door that allows entry into it for
do you
1
get to go-
punch.
Do you get to go for a bubble ride?
Heck yeah.
So
Let's do it.
You hand over your ticket. They give you, they punch the ticket. They give it back to you. They motion for you to step in. You step in, and you kind of start feeling a little bit light. The person who punches your ticket is a goblin, and he has bright yellow butterfly wings. And everybody notices, everybody, both patrons and the carnies, all have butterfly wings. Like, everybody wears these cloth butterfly wings. And he is sitting around. There is 7 goblins that are sipping tea. Like, they're goblins, but they even have tea sets that are even smaller than them, kind of like a grown-up having a tea party with their, kid. And they have this mismatched tea, cups and teapots and little trays and little, cookies and biscuits, as the British would say, that they are using. The one goblin is letting people in. He has these bright yellow butterfly wings. He has a belt that has spoons attached to it, silver spoons that kind of, clap together as he walks. And he looks at you, and a slight retcon, before he takes your ticket and punches it, he says, "A word that you intend to say, try saying it in a different way." And then he puts his, hand cupping his chin and kind of looking at you quizzically.
Worda. It's a worda.
He kind of scratches his head, and he looks at the 7, or it would be the 6 other goblins, and he says, "Hey, okay, what do you drink?" And let's see if that was good enough. So we want a majority of goblins agreeing. They cut you the slack. So he grabs your ticket, he punches it, he gives it back, and he says, "Next rhyme, try butter." And gives you a tea pouch, little pouch of scatterleaf tea.
Okay.
You can use this pouch. You can open the pouch. You can use it as a circle of protection, basic, that would last for 10 minutes. And in addition, once you activate it, a cup of hot tea appears in your hands so that you can sip. You enter the teapot, you kind of feel a little bit light, and then you kind of feel constricted as you're being moved through a tunnel that kind of, forces your hands and your wings down. You kind of have to adjust a little bit to get your wings off. And all of a sudden, you look up and you see this like glimmering film above your head, and all of a sudden you pop out of the top of the teapot spout, and you're surrounded by a bubble, and it kind of loops pop off of the teapot, and you go floating around, drifting. So you can give me a 4d6 versus physical prowess to navigate, otherwise you're just going to go in a random direction. Was that under your PP?
Let's see. No.
No. So was it by a lot or by a little?
3.
You missed it by 3. Okay, so you're trying to like use your feet almost like a log roller. A lumberjack will try to roll logs to try to move, and it's just not working. And your wings plus the butterfly wings are kind of getting a little bit, off balances. I mean, you're used to flying. You're not used to riding around in a bubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
So give me a D12 roll, and we'll do o'clocks to determine what random direction you go. So 11 o'clock. So you get right to the big top, and you kind of, it's a slow. It's you're able to see things. You're used to seeing things from above, but there's all these colors and stuff that you aren't necessarily accustomed to, and it kind of hits the side, gently, because the bubble's going really slow, kind of gently hits the canvas side, and you kind of slowly float down like a feather until you are on the ground again.
Interesting.
So that was the first hour. We are moving to hour 2 with Triad and Lily both at the big top. Hour 2 is Spritlings are racing chariots, and there's 8 Spritlings that are in chariots that are being pulled by weasels. Two weasels each, and they're having a race.
Yeah.
So that is what the show will be until they allow the talent the talent contest to happen. So
is there any betting going on?
No, not here. There is not betting. It's more of an entertainment here.
Okay.
So Lily, where will you be for hour 2? Joe?
Yep.
Where is Lily going to be for hour 2?
Where to? Let's see. I did the games hour 1. Did the talent hour 2. Hour 3. I think I'm going to just go stay at the big top and just work as a talent rep. Well, do just be a spectator instead of talent for this one.
Okay, so as I said, there are spritlings that are like fairies or windlings that are racing chariots pulled by weasels.
Okay.
So
Actually, I'm going to watch that.
that is kind of the first 15 minutes, to kind of get the crowd going, and then the people doing the talent competition happen afterwards. So Lily is going to stay at the big top. Landon?
So was this whole section up here that eating contest, or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole was like the eating. People are just eating. There is
Right.
the eating contest, the orchard, and stuff like that.
I want to see what this big wheel is.
Okay, that is a carousel.
Oh wow. Am I
Okay.
still queasy?
No, you succeeded pretty
Okay.
well. So lucky you succeeded.
Yeah.
Fioletta, where are you sticking around Rexius? Is that group of 3? Are you splintering off? Or are you sticking together?
I'll bounce it off of Rexius and Belinda saying, I might try the eating contest, or I could try again with the goblins. What do you guys think?
Do the feather counting contest.
Her intelligence isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I'll cheer you.
I'm gonna try.
I'll cheer you on if you want to eat.
Okay, I'm gonna go eat. That's actually which way I was leaning.
So you go up to the orchard, and Belinda can go up to the orchard as well. And then Rexius, where is Rexius going to go?
Okay, Rexius is going to go to this purple tent here.
That's the
Whatever
big.
that
So that's where the giant tree was distributing seeds. So that's
Oh,
kind of
never
where
mind.
he was going.
Well, in that case, it's this one here.
Right. So these are like statues and just tents and bright colors. The closest thing that you see that is kind of an attraction or something that is participatory is over here at the teacup, and then
Okay.
over here you see something that it looks like people are going into also, but you can't quite.
Well, let's go check that out.
See that? Okay.
There's no way that could be dangerous.
No, none at all. Okay, so that's Rexius, and then Triad. Where's Triad wanting to go? You did see, like, when you went to the teapot, you had noticed that, and you did notice an area down here that looked like people were going into. So you're gonna go way down here. Okay, yep, that's good. So we will go with Lily was just being a spectator in the big top. I'm going to move you. So you're blending in with. You're so small. You're blending in with the wall of the big top. So that was easy. Then we will go. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Huh. Lily has a 4. Well, okay. Landon went to the carousel. So there is a procession of wooden unicorns stands motionless on a circle wooden platform. Fairgoers clamber onto the unicorn's back, and a female centaur sets the ride in motion. And then once the ride starts, the wooden unicorns actually kind of shake their manes, and they actually start cantering as they're animated and not just going up and down like a normal carousel. And this just completely delights the riders. The riders are just having a really good time. So, did you wish to ride the unicorn or the unicorn carousel?
Sure. I don't have riding. We'll see what this does.
Okay. So the ride had already started, and you're in line. You're getting your ticket punched, and the centaur then is there. Is like, oh, how you doing? Are you having? I'm Diana Cloppington.
Landon. Landon's the name.
Oh, very nice to meet you. I hope you're having a fun time at the FeyWild Carnival.
It is a once in a life. Well, maybe not once in a lifetime. I probably gonna live to be pretty damn old.
Ah, you elves, you're so funny.
No, it has been a glorious time so far. I have just eaten the best pancakes I've ever eaten. Or cupcakes I've ever eaten.
Give me a 3d6 versus MA.
Oh, that I don't even know that's possible unless we introduce your rule change. Can I put up charismatic aura?
Sure.
It doesn't really change the stat though, but I am trying to be charismatic.
Charisma convoke 1 of 3. Friendship, power, or deception. So which way are you going? Friendship, power, or deception?
It sounded like we were having a friendly chat, so friendship.
Okay. So you're talking because she wants to give everybody a nice chance to ride. So you bring up some small talk, and just because you're kind of used to how this charismatic aura would affect people and stuff, and even though she was asking like how your time and stuff was going, you notice there's seems to be a sadness behind her eyes. Like it's a really good front. Like her smile looks genuine, everything looks like she's having a good time, but there's just something that seems a little bit questionable.
I will then try to steer the conversation to ask her things about like how long have you done this, and turn it around and make it more about her.
She talks about how she loves the I love the carnival. Mr. Fey and Mr. Wild, they treat everyone so nice. We're all like a big family here. I didn't have any place to go after I was, and then she's and she like like a drop of brown tree sap comes out of her mouth and like falls to the ground. And then she like blushes really bad. She like puts her hands over her mouth in horror, and she just kind of mumbles, if you want, speak to the unicorn by name."
If I want, speak to the unicorns by name, is what you said?
Yes. She kind of looks at you, then I mean, she still has her hands over her mouth, but she kind of looks at you like yes or no.
I'll nod.
Okay, so once the ride, lasts for the people, she, the ride stops. She, everybody disembarks, And then she looks at the other line goers and she's like, just one moment. I need to close the ride. I noticed some things that are wrong, and she gives you a small bottle of gold paint and a brush.
Okay.
And then you look, and the unicorns on the carousel, they all have name tags that are on kind of like a collar. A wooden name, because they are made of wood, even though they animate. They're made of wood, but they each have a name tag. But there looks to be like parts of the names that are missing.
Okay.
So, and they're in pairs. So, let me see if I can do copy, paste.
Okay. So I just need to pick one and finish the name? I glance at her.
She says they would like all their names to be nice.
Okay. I know 2 of them. So I will go to number 2 and I will fill in Pride.
Okay.
And 3 I will fill in Moss.
Okay. As you write the letters, you finish Pride, and it all kind of like sparkles, and both the name Pride and where you could read the one unicorn's name is Fall, that also kind of even got glitter, even though you didn't put the paint to it. And the same thing happens with the unicorn stone and the unicorn moss.
4 I put 9.
Okay. And then those both brighten up in glittery gold.
I really don't know the first one.
If any other, because this is a full hour. If anybody else in the group wishes to kind of, hey, that's and give a hint to Landon, I will allow it.
Fortune favors.
Bold.
So you write bold,
I have no
and
clue.
that brightens up also. Diana smiles a little and takes the paint and the brush from you, and then punches your card, and then motions you to ride the carousel, and tells everybody else this is making sure the ride is functional and safe.
Okay.
So you get the carousel to yourself. And was this your fourth or fifth punch?
Fourth.
Okay. So during the ride, the unicorns start talking to you telepathically.
Okay.
And they talk in pairs. So like Fortune will say part of a sentence and Bold will finish it, and the same with Pride and Fall, Stone and Moss, and Stitch and Nine. So Fortune and Bold, they tell you that there are 3 hags that have cursed the carnival. And while the majority of things go correctly in the carnival, and it still provides real joy and mirth to the carnival goers. There are sometimes cracks that occur in the carnival and strange things that happen. These hags are very powerful. In fact, they are so powerful they have imprisoned Adrethin, the god of nature, in the Feywild. Pride and Fall tell you
How do you
that
spell Adrethin?
Edrethen. That is the god of nature. Pride and Fall tell you that these hags have split his domain, his realm, into 3 domains: hither, thither, and yon. Stone and Moss tell you that Bavlorna Brightstraw, Skabatha Nightshade, and Indolin Moongrave are the names of the 3 hags.
Can you put that in chat?
Yes.
And hither, tither, and thither,
yawn. Yes.
and
Hither,
yon
thither, yawn. Yep.
are the 3 domains that were once Adrethin's full domain.
Correct, yes. And Bavlorna is the one who cursed Diana, is what Stitch and Nine tell you. That she had a favorite, she was a human that had a favorite horse and wished to always be with her horse. And the hag Bavlorna tricked her in saying that she could grant that wish, and took her and the horse and put them into the body of a centaur, combined them basically, so that Diana and her could be with her horse forever. And if Diana ever tries to mention anything along the lines of what happened, that she will cough up sap.
Can I find out if her coughing up the sap hurts her besides it just...
It's embarrassing.
Okay.
And then the ride stops, and Diana Cloppington kind of just nods a little sadly, but then her face and that sparkle up as she says, "The carousel has been fixed. Thank you very much, Landon, for your help," and starts directing everybody else, that was in line into the carousel.
I thank her and I say that she has a very beautiful coat.
And she blushes. Violetta, you are at the orchard along with Belinda at the cupcake eating contest.
Yep. And
so you can take your PE, divide by 5, round down. That is the baseline of cupcakes that you can eat. And then for every D6 you wish to roll against PE, you can eat another cupcake, and you'll see how many, if you succeed or not. But you have to determine how many you're going to try to eat within this minute.
I'm going to cheer her on and try and help her pace herself.
She's not pacing herself. She's going for 8.
She's going for 8. So how many is your base?
4.
4? So you're going to roll 4 D6 versus your PE.
Yep. And that does it.
That does it. So
200.
you, let me roll to see what the You probably did. Ooh, there's a tie. There's a tie. So you're looking, and that person over there at that table, they have 8 also. You have a couple of seconds. You can either stop and concede, or you can try to stuff another one down and add it to that 18.
How do I do that?
So you just roll a d6 and add it to 18 and see if it's under your PE. So
it is not under.
It is not. So you look and you are challenged. You decide to go with the challenge. You stuff it down, and then your stomach starts rumbling.
Yep.
It also rumbles because you don't eat real food.
True. You're not used to these cupcakes, and you throw up, and everybody around points and laughs and has a merry old time, and they have all of these pie tins filled with custard. And they just reach in and they pull it out and they completely coat you in custard.
Great. Okay. Wow.
Okay. So Rexius.
Oh yeah.
So right next to the teapot, you notice that there's this little grove of trees that are sheltering a miniature fairground, a fairground within the fairground.
All right. Can I stomp around like a giant and squish it?
Do you want to try?
If you want to murder people, what the hell's wrong with you?
All right, well, maybe not yet. Let's take a look and see who my potential victims are.
So you're looking at this miniature fairground, and at the heart of it is, right in the middle of it is a hamster that is running inside a tiny Ferris wheel, and it's encircled by little minuscule wagons and candy stalls, and little, other rides that mimic the rides of the big carnival. Although there are some different things going on within this miniature fairground that aren't happening in the real fairground. And sitting out in front of it is a little spriteling, Jeremy, and he's like, "Hey ho!" He says, "Do you want to enter the spriteling kingdom? One punch and you will have many delights. Instead of just having one punch for one activity, you will have one punch for many miniature activities."
That seems pretty legit. Let's do that, man.
Okay, so he...
Is there anything that doesn't sound legit to Rexius?
He punches your card and he says... He just like... reaches into a pocket and then like Tinkerbell blowing the fairy dust on you, and you shrink to about 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
And he says,
Same size ego, though. Same size ego. Just smaller.
He says, "I dub thee Spriteling Brightmite. Have fun, Brightmite." And motions you into the Spriteling Kingdom.
Killer.
As you walk into the Spriteling Kingdom, the air is filled with an aroma of blackberry wine and flower blossoms. There are various activities going on in the fairground. There is pug dog riding. Kind of like you go to the zoo or to a place and they might let you horse ride or elephant ride or something. Well, you can ride some pug dogs. Full-size pug dogs.
Yeah.
But you're
Get
6
along,
inches
little-
tall, so you can
Get
do
along,
that.
little doggy. Let's
You
do
can
this.
you can go into a palace that is go into a palace that is made out of cocoon husks. So it's all finely little web and intricate things. They have lots of dining that you have little tarts and wine, the blackberry wine. Of course, there is the Ferris wheel that is being, it goes up and down by Biscuit the hamster. And they're playing hide and seek also. So, do you want to do any of these? Do you want to do all of them? You can, because
Yeah,
it's
pretty much
miniature,
everything.
so you can do like everything here.
Yeah,
So,
obviously we're gonna do everything.
So yeah, you have the pug dog riding. That's really fun. You look through the wonderful palace of cocoon husks and stuff. You take your fill of tarts and wine. You ride the Ferris wheel. And Biscuit the hamster, he mentally can do telepathy, and he's like talking to like all the ride goers and he's like, yes, we have such fun at the carnival. Did you know that the mime and the mermaid are in love? Oh, that's wonderful. But, don't tell anybody I said this, but Candlefoot the mime, he doesn't talk because he's a mime. So they can't talk. And he's like, and Burley the guard, he's actually a philosopher. Him and the swan at the swan gondolas, they always are in philosophical debates. It's just amazing to see.
Right on, man.
And then there is the hide and seek, which is hide and seek, but like musical chairs also. You like hide and seek, and the seeker goes find somebody, and then they're eliminated, and then everybody hides again, and then the seeker tries to find them, and it kind of eliminations. So give me a prowl.
Prowl. Looks like I don't have prowl.
You don't have prowl. So give me 4d6 versus physical prowess.
Hell yeah. Physical prowl. Oh yeah, we can do this.
We'll let everybody try at least. I mean, this is a carnival.
Ooh.
How's that look?
Just barely missed it.
Just barely missed it. So you're the second. You're like in the last two people that were hiding. You're the one that got caught. You were so freaking close. And then after doing all of that, at the end of the hour, you leave and you grow back to full size.
Okay. It's legit.
But you got since everything was so compact together, you got to go through a whole bunch of stuff in 1 hour. So you really felt like that punch was well worth it.
Hell yeah.
Belinda, did you throw custard or not throw custard? Like everybody else.
I didn't throw custard.
Everybody kind of looks at you and like, oh.
He's my friend.
And the mood lowers by 1. Then we go to Triad. Triad went way down here. Am I
going to be able to do the chicken plucking?
No, because you went away from the games area.
Okay.
You have to, stand in line, and it's not plucking; it's counting feathers. They know how many feathers are on the chicken. They don't want you to pluck them. So you are at Triad. Are you here? Yep. Okay, so Triad, you are at the Mystery Mine ride.
Ooh.
So propelled by magic, there are mine carts that fairgoers kind of get into, and there's the mine, or like a roller coaster, the rails that go into an opening that is carved like a dragon's mouth. And you see like about 8 people go into one of these mine cars, and it goes through the dragon's mouth, like here on this side.
Yep.
Like, okay, we'll move you here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you blink, and they're already over here. Like, you didn't even see him go through this whole area. You see how the mine is almost like a circle?
Yep.
You, like, completely don't even see them go through that. And there is a mixture. Like, everybody gets in, and they're all kind of excited. And then it's like, blink of an eye, they're on the other side. And there are passengers that are like, it's a complete mixture of bewilderment. People are like screaming their heads off, like, yeah! And excitement. It's just like a whole bunch of emotions all going on. And at the entrance, there is a male dwarf dressed like a wizard, shouting, "Come to the mystery mines! Unlock the mysteries of your mind in the mystery mine!"
Sure.
Punch! Only one punch, and you can experience the mystery mine, which unlocks the mysteries of your mind.
I got it. This is gonna unlock the mysteries of my mind.
Okay, so as people are, handing the ticket, then they get it punched, and then he gives them a piece of paper and a piece of charcoal, and he says, "Write down the creature you fear the most." And you see people kind of like thinking, and they write something down, and some of them just kind of like, nope, and just hand him back a blank piece of paper.
All right. So I write down the what was that demon that like almost killed me?
Oh, the scar maker.
Yeah.
The hyenid that had been transformed.
Yes.
Okay, so you write Scarmaker down on it. Okay, so what I need you to do is give me 8 save versus illusions.
Oh no.
Yeah. Bang, 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 bang.
That's a lot.
Versus illusions.
Is there
that no
psychic then? Save versus psychic?
Okay. 8 of them?
8 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Congratulations, you succeeded once. So, you like enter this, you get in your cart, and there's 7 other people there, and you go through, and actually then give me a D8 also, because I want to see which one is 7. So that would be, oh, okay, so 1. Sorry, you made it twice. 1, 2, 4,
I did.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay. So as you go in, it's like really slow, and these different monsters and creatures, and some are just like a wolf or a cat, and they all kind of appear in front of you all strangely, like Willy Wonka, and when he's going through the water ride, and like all the chickens are getting beheaded and all the crazy crap like that. Like all of these things are gonna go, and the 7th one, so the second to last one, is the Scar Maker, and he like jumps at you as if he's gonna like bite your face off with his fangs, and you're just like, you are screaming like a little girl by the time you get out. And even though when you were outside, it seemed like it was done in an instant, like they were in, and as soon as they were in, it like this thing seems like it took forever to get through, as you were just like getting terrified by all of these creatures. But you gain 2 permanent combat points.
Sweet.
Nice.
The downside is you failed 6 times, so you have a -6 to saving throws. So any D20 saving throw, every week it will drop down by 1. So after 1 week it'll drop down to a 5. After 1 week more it'll drop down to a 4 until it eventually goes away.
Hey.
But your 2 combat points won't go away until you use them.
Wow. Okay.
As for that amount of time, for 6 weeks, you are going to be having nightmares every night of all this stuff that scared the shit out of you.
This is so messed up.
And then Lily went to the end because I had to re-add her, but we already said that she was watching the hour 2 stuff, which the hour 2 was the Spritling racing chariots. So for hour 3, at the big top, because Lily is there, they are going to start off with, there is a Gelfkin contortionist who fits himself inside of a hat box. Before they open it up to everybody, so that, like, the first pre-show, get the crowd warmed up for the 3rd hour is this Gelfkin in a hat box. So it's like, a troll comes out with a hat box and puts it down on the center of the stage, and all of a sudden the top pops off, and then the Gelfkin comes out, and then he does a little act, and then he puts himself back into the hat box, reaches an arm out of the hat box, puts it back on the box, and then the troll comes out and picks it up and takes it backstage before the other performers do things. So everybody, even though you kind of saw that, it doesn't last the full hour, so you can still participate elsewhere. Landon, where are you thinking about moving and looking at?
Is this a place over here to the...
Yes, it is.
So, one of the other things I'm now looking for is to see if I can see that hint at sadness in any other worker's eyes.
Okay. And then Fioletta?
Are these just the same?
They're just parts of the game. That whole kind of... It's the center part that's the carousel.
Okay, but this circle over here also isn't really anything?
No.
And what about the stuff down in shadow at the bottom left?
This is something. Jason was down here. That is the mystery mine. And up here is a couple of things.
Up here?
Up
here? We'll start. Well, okay, yeah, that looks like the gondolin rides. This one gondolin rides that got mentioned. I'm gonna head down here.
Okay. And then we have Rexius.
All right, let's Is there anything we haven't identified yet, guys?
There is here.
Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, Rexius will go all the way back here to the back corner, And then I'm gonna have to drop off, guys, because
Okay.
I got an early flight tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
I was looking at the time, and I don't know if we can do another hour within 30 minutes. So I just wanted people to get where they were.
Yeah.
So,
I thought that'd be good to just prompt where I'm going next.
Yep. Okay. Great. So have a good flight.
Thank you.
I'll catch you. We'll
See you,
catch
Bob.
later.
Oh, hey, and incidentally, guys, if we're logging out, I've got we set up a dedicated Valheim server if anybody wants to play. We got a few more slots on it still. Just text me or message me.
Okay. I
Yeah.
actually have Valheim.
Yeah.
It is a computer game.
It is it's a PC game. Well, I think you can play it on Xbox too. But we started about a week ago, so we're not that far in. Anyway, talk you guys later.
Later.
Later, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Rest safely.
So yes, what we'll do is I might bounce back and forth between this adventure and Guardmore depending on the days, and then so this one, because I don't want to just try to quickly go through this because I think it's kind of interesting and different fun. Than what has been normal.
Yeah, it is.
Am I the only one that found creepy things so far?
Jason got cursed.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, he got cursed.
Yeah.
I know he suffered some fear, but what I mean is like that there's something sinister going on, kind of deal.
I don't think anybody else has, besides Fioletta getting throwing up and getting bombarded by custard.
That was natural reactions, though. She's been going through kind of on edge, going, "What's going to go wrong? I don't trust the magical carnival. Everything seems to be on the up and up."
So Belinda, where was Belinda going to go?
She's going to do the feather counting.
Okay, so okay, yep, I see where she is, feather counting, and then Triad. Where were you going to go to?
Next. Get out of this place. I know that.
Go for another ride.
So,
Okay, so there's these log flume things around, like that.
So that is the Swan
that-
gondolas, which starts up here, way at the top, like
Okay.
the complete opposite.
Oh, way
of
at the
where
top. Okay. I guess I make my way up there.
Okay, so you can just move yourself up there. So you will be up there with. Oh, where'd the character? I thought there was another character. I thought wasn't Fioletta there, or did I?
She went all the way to the south.
Who did no one else go there, and I just thought they went there?
I had mentioned you had pointed that out, and I mentioned that was this Swan gondolas that got mentioned when Anthony was going through the carousel.
Okay.
Or when Landon was, sorry.
Mm-hmm. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, since Bob left, and I don't think we'll be able to get through hour 3 of the carnival, I will go ahead and stop the session now. But thanks everybody for doing a Palladium session that is very different than the normal sessions. But I hope people had some fun doing stuff. Jay, are you going to be working tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'll stop by and talk to you about some of the things that we talked about earlier before you got on.
I missed.
That you missed.
Okay.
But But other than that, hopefully everybody had fun, and I'll see
Yeah.
you in a couple of weeks for this
Thank you
game
much.
and various other days for other games.